much money as their parents. They can't see doctors. They can't see dentists. They can't go to A&E without a 15-hour wait. They can't even go to the sea and have a swim without being covered in sewage.
True.
And this is what we've given this generation. So when we talk about national service and them doing their duty to their country, why don't we start with a bit of service to them and showing them a bit of duty to safeguard their future?
Now, a few videos ago, I spoke about how the UK government were trying to prepare the UK youth for a future clash with Russia. At the time and currently, I still believe this is a very bad idea. Ever since I did that video, I voiced my concerns, but I knew and understood that more was coming down the pipeline. I knew that eventually the government were going to come with mandatory national service, preparation tactics, just in case a war breaks out, and the youth would have to fight it. And how convenient. A week ago, Rishi Sunak, British Prime Minister, said that we need to introduce mandatory national service for 18-year-olds. Let's check it out.
Well, when I called this election, I said I wanted to deliver a secure future for everyone and our country. And our plan to introduce a modern form of national service is an example of the bold action that I'm prepared to take to deliver that secure future. It's going to give young people skills and opportunities for life. It's going to foster a culture of service that will make our society more cohesive. And it's going to strengthen our country's resilience and security. So I think it's absolutely the right policy at the right time.
No, it's not.
It's a conservative policy, though. I mean, I don't know about you, but I thought the Conservative Party was about small state, about interfering in people's lives less. Yet this is essentially telling adults what to do with the weekend.
Exactly.
So I've been thinking about this long and hard for a long time
No,
now,
you haven't.
and talking to people across Europe where there are various different forms of this. And I believe this is the right thing to do because this is how we'll deliver a secure future for everyone and our country. We're not going to do that without taking bold action, and that's a type of leadership that I offer. And this modern form of national service will mean that young people get the skills and the opportunities they need, which is going to serve them very well in life. It's going to foster a culture of service, which is going to be incredibly powerful for making our society more cohesive. And in a more uncertain and dangerous world, it's going to strengthen our country's security and resilience. So for all these reasons, I think this is absolutely the right thing to do. Yes, it is bold, but that's the type of leadership that I offer. It's a clear plan, bold action. That's how we'll deliver a secure future for our country.
Your team have been briefing out today about sleepy Sir Keir Starmer. I mean, have we got to the point where we're doing kind of Trumpian-esque electioneering? Do you think his age is an issue?
Look, I'm interested in getting out about across the country. We're a few days into this. We've already been in the East Midlands, the West Midlands, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, here in the South East today, talking to people, parents, about the future. And the substance is what matters at this election. It's a choice about the future. And my pitch to the country and to the people I've been talking to here today is that I'm the one that's got a clear plan. I'm prepared to take bold action, as you can see with our initiative on national service. And that's how we're going to deliver a secure future for everyone and our country. And that's the choice at this election. And then when it comes to Keir Starmer, that's the choice that's on offer. No ideas, no plan. And you don't deliver a better future. You don't deliver any change without those things.
Never mind the fact that the youth can't and probably won't be able to buy and purchase a house and a property. Never mind the fact that wages haven't changed for the past God knows how long. Minimum wage has changed like by what? Just a few pence on the pound. Never mind that. So you can't buy a property, minimum wage is the same. Never mind the fact that they're shipping billions of pounds to Ukraine, of taxpayers' money to Ukraine. Don't worry about that. Just worry about national service. I'm just trying to find out where the real care for the youth is because I can't seem to find it and I've been searching for it. You know, you can't propose national service on the youth and the youth get nothing back. I want to go to uni. Yeah, that's too expensive. Cool, I want to work. Okay, minimum wage is still like this. Okay, you're a graduate, you get a job. Okay, that's 21K you're going to start off with. You're just thinking to yourself like, where is the incentive to carry on? And this is why we see such a large scale of youth, Brits, moving to places like Dubai, to the United States, to other areas in the world, because they're trying to ensure that they get a better future because the UK can't seem to guarantee that for them. But you want to suggest national service, okay.
What's maybe how age? But just very finally on the campaign itself, I mean, there's no battle bus. I haven't seen the cabinet yet. You've got candidates in dozens and dozens of constituencies. Not exactly the ideal start to this campaign for you, is it? Frankly.
Well, I've been out and about across the entire United Kingdom Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, been in the East Midlands, the West Midlands, here in the South East, and there's a clear choice at this election. I want to deliver a secure future for everyone in our country, particularly in the uncertain time that we live in. And as I've demonstrated with our policy on national service, our policies to increase our investment in defence, reform welfare, get to net zero in a more sensible way, control our immigration and secure our borders, I'm the one that's going to take bold action to deliver that secure future. And there's a clear contrast in choice at this election. It's another day. We've had another speech from Keir Starmer, who you just asked me about, another half-hour speech, not a single new idea. Right? He's taking the British public for granted. I don't think this election is a foregone conclusion.
And
We're
you're
going to have
not.
a debate over the next few weeks, and I'm the one that's putting bold ideas on the table. I'm the one that's got a plan, and that's how we're going to deliver a secure future for everyone. And as I said, his approach is to take people for granted. He's got nothing to say, no plan, no ideas.
Piers Morgan, who I often don't agree with, had some good points to say about national service. And I got to give it to him, you know. He came with it. Let's watch what he had to say.
Young people to learn. Where it's been tried around the world, it's been very successful. People have enjoyed it, and they've come out better people. But what about the nation's service to our 18-year-olds? What about our sense of duty to them and what they've been through? And I'm picking up on what Wes said. This is a generation who lost years, the best years of their life. They were banned from going to parties by people who then had a series of illicit parties themselves.
Correct.
In the heart of government. These are people who now can't afford to rent because it's too expensive. They can't afford to buy a home. They can't afford to buy food. They can't even afford to go to the pub. They face punitive tuition fees for decades if they get to higher education. They probably won't ever
Literally everything I just stated, but let's carry on.
earn as much money as their parents. They can't see doctors. They can't see dentists. They can't go to A&E without a 15-hour wait. They can't even go to the sea and have a swim without being covered in sewage.
True.
And this is what we've given this generation. So when we talk about national service and them doing their duty to their country, why don't we start with a bit of service to them and showing them a bit of duty to safeguard their future?
1,000,000%, 100%. Where's the respect and care for the youth? I mean, wages are going to be low, regardless if you graduate with an undergrad degree or a master's degree. You can expect low wages if you can get a job. You can expect years of saving to buy a house, not in London. Nah, mate. Prices are astronomical. London is for the rich Arabs, rich Chinese, the rich Indians, rich Africans. That's what London is for. They buy up all the property in and around London, especially central London. But if you save up for 10 years, maybe you can buy a property in Middlesbrough. Maybe. Outside London, for sure. You're not buying in London, so outside London. And you already have low wages to see. You've already been saving with a low wage. On top of that, you've had many restrictive years because of the pandemic a few years ago. You've lost out on some good years of your life. And now you're being told that, yeah, you know, very soon it's mandatory to do national service for a war that might potentially ignite in the future that you probably don't even care about. It all sounds absurd. And I was saying it even from the last video, I said it, that there's going to be preparation tactics. They're going to try and prepare the youth for future conflict and confrontations with other nations. And this is exactly how it goes. You know, it's UK versus Russia soon in a few years. Don't worry about it. Then there's national service mandatory, but don't worry, it's going to give you good skills. Eventually, it's going to be something else, then something else, right until the point where it's an actual direct conflict. And I've been saying this, I spoke about this in my last video, and I'm speaking about it now, that I see no benefit of this. Especially when, if you really look at Russia and Ukraine's conflict, it could have been resolved had Boris Johnson not flown over to Ukraine and told them to reject a peace deal. And that came from Arahamia. That came from the military commander in Ukraine. This isn't even coming from me. So I did all my research in my last video and it came from him. Boris Johnson said, reject the peace deal and carry on the conflict. You know, instigate and you want to set the youth up for a potential confrontation with the Russians later on. Or another nation, who knows, whatever that nation's going to be. I talk out against this and I am in no favor of this at all. I see what's going on here and I'm paying attention to it. I can see that they're, you know, introducing a few things and I have to speak out against it, of course. So yeah, But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment sections down below. Is it a good idea, national service? Do you think that there should be an alternative? Do you think that there should be a decrease in university fees? Do you think there should be an increase in minimum wage? Do you think there should be an increase in graduate job wage, postgraduate job wage, etc.? Just let me know what you think about this. And yeah, I'll have to give it to Piers Morgan. I think Piers Morgan was very spot on with what he was saying. You know, Piers Morgan likes to troll and be silly a lot of the time. But when he's serious and he has his thinking hat on, he can actually say some real constructive things. So I have to give it to Piers Morgan. So yeah. But anyway, guys, let me know down below what you think. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.